Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Roman and Eric's meeting, Maggie's mistake, and Ava's honest discussion. Days of Our Lives spoilers for Thursday, March 14th state that Roman Brady, Josh Taylor, and Eric Brady, Greg Vaughn, will meet John Black and Marlena Evans, Deidre Hall. Maggie Horton-Kiriakis, Suzanne Rogers, moves closer to Constantine Meliunis, John Capellos. Ava Vitale, Tamara Braun, John, and Steve Johnson, Stephen Nichols, talk about Clyde Weston's, James Reed, escape. In addition, when Harris Michaels, Steve Burton, awakens, he discovers Ava caring for him. According to DOL spoilers on Thursday, March 14th, plans for Jude Brady's christening will be ongoing. Nicole Walker DiMera, Ariane Zucker, proposed the DiMera mansion as the site, which upset Sloan Peterson Brady, Jessica Surfety. John and Marlena will meet Roman and Brady at the pub to talk about the upcoming christening. On Thursday, March 14th, fans can anticipate Maggie to make yet another major error. Despite all the warning signs, Maggie remains lonely without Victor Kiriakis, John Aniston. Maggie, unaware of Constantine's motivations, will approach the Greek con man. Days of Our Lives spoilers for Thursday, March 14th indicate that Ava will have an open discussion concerning Clyde. Ava will discuss her feelings about Clyde's escape with John and Steve. All three of them feel guilty about assisting Clyde in his escape. Fortunately, Trip Johnson, Lucas Adams, and Wendy Shin, Victoria Grace, were revived by Black Patch. While Clyde remains on the run, we believe he is not fully out of the picture just yet. There was also Trip's warning to Wendy regarding Ava. Trip stated that with his mother, history repeats itself. That sounded like a bad omen, and it's presumed Trip was referring to Harris's impending death. However, this could be bad news for Trip and Wendy's relationship. While Trip understands that Ava did not intend to endanger them, how will Wendy react to dying and then returning? Harris will have a surprise when he wakes up on Thursday, March 14th. Harris awakens to see Ava taking care of them. Ava feels a lot of remorse, yet being with Harris can put him in danger. Clyde must be located and eliminated before anybody in Salem can be safe. What storyline are you most looking forward to on Thursday, March 14th? Share your opinions in the comments area below. Remember to keep watching Peacock to see what happens next. Lonnie's false alarm, Wendy's fuzzy memory, Paulina and Abe's secret. According to the Days of Our Lives spoilers for Wednesday, March 13th, Steve Johnson was contemplating his involvement in assisting Clyde Weston's escape, but when Kayla Johnson questioned him, he pretended to be preoccupied with the drama. Kayla mentioned that there was some good news to offer, as Paulina Price was amazingly on the mend at the hospital. Trip Johnson and Wendy Shin were also fine, so Kayla believed things were improving. Wendy appeared deep in meditation in her hospital room during Wednesday's Days episode, flashing back to marrying Trip in captivity. Trip snuck into Wendy's room and discovered that Ava Vitale had sent her flowers to apologize for the entire affair. Although Trip knew Ava had no intention of allowing this to happen, he was concerned about history repeating itself and stated that he couldn't bear the thought of Wendy suffering any further. Wendy, on the other hand, reminded Trip that she was perfectly capable of getting herself into and out of sticky situations, and she had no intention of allowing all of the commotion to come between them. Wendy wondered whether she had imagined what happened just before they ran out of air, but Trip pressed her to tell him and appeared eager to find out if she remembered the same event. Unfortunately, Trip and Wendy were repeatedly stopped as they attempted to discuss their impromptu wedding in the tank. Lonnie Grant panicked in Paulina's room when her mother did not appear in her bed, but Eli Grant advised her not to jump to conclusions because Abe Carver would have provided updates if anything terrible had occurred. Fortunately, it was a false alarm, as Paulina was simply getting further testing done. It wasn't long until Paulina was wheeled back in, her condition having improved significantly. Sarah Horton told Paulina, Abe, Lonnie, Eli, Chanel DiMera, and Johnny DiMera that Paulina's mysterious recovery was nothing short of miraculous. Paulina soon realized they had another miracle to celebrate now that Abe had regained his memory, which made Lonnie and the others very happy. When Eli received a call, he informed Lonnie of the job offer, which included all he had requested and more. This would result in more money and time at home with Lonnie and the twins, but they would have to relocate to Washington, D.C. After allowing Paulina to meet with Jules and Carver Grant, Lonnie and Eli informed her of the job offer and prospective move. Paulina hesitantly agreed to the plan after Lonnie stated that Eli would only accept it if her mother was delighted for them. On Wednesday's episode of Days, Steve and Kayla came across Chanel and Johnny in the town square. As a result, they all traded information, and Johnny and Chanel discovered that Trip and Wendy had just survived a hostage incident. Chanel and Johnny also informed Kayla and Steve that Abe's memory had returned, so they all agreed it was a truly amazing time in Salem. On Wednesday's DOL, Steve apologized to Trip for cracking his rib while performing CPR, but Trip was simply glad that his father had saved his life. Steve became upset when Trip revealed that he had kept Ava's role in the drug operation a secret prior to the kidnapping. Nevertheless, Steve eventually realized that he was angry with Ava, not Trip. On Wednesday's episode of Days, Johnny and Chanel paid Wendy and Trip a visit to check on them. Wendy spotted Chanel's wedding ring and congratulated her, along with Johnny. Trip was delighted for the newlyweds, and when he was alone with Wendy later, he persuaded her to disclose what she remembered from when they were running out of oxygen in the tank. Wendy wondered if Trip had truly proposed to her. Chanel and Johnny recognized that they hadn't been on a honeymoon yet and didn't want to travel too far away from home. Sarah suggested Johnny and Chanel could use the Horton cabin, which they enthusiastically accepted. When Paulina and Abe had a moment alone, they agreed to keep Lexi Carver's, Jennifer K. Lee, participation in curing them both a secret because no one would believe it anyhow. Steve and Kayla showed up in Paulina's room at one time and expressed their joy at Paulina's recovery and Abe's memories returning. Abe wanted to move back in with Paulina, which made her very happy. After that, Steve stayed hooked on Clyde's escape and warned Kayla that the SOB better hope the authorities caught up with him before he did. According to Days of Our Lives spoilers, Clyde will undoubtedly cause more turmoil, so stay tuned for predictions on the dangers that lie ahead. As the camera shifts to Xander, portrayed with magnetic charm by Paul Telfer, returning from his run, excitement fills the air. This scene unfolds on Days of Our Lives, captivating viewers with its palpable energy. Little do viewers expect that his ordinary post-workout routine will lead to a meeting of such electrifying intensity. Suddenly, the scene changes. Sarah, portrayed with grace and allure by Lindsay Godfrey, makes her entrance, seamlessly slipping into the steam-filled bathroom. Moreover, the chemistry between the two actors ignites the screen as they share an intimate moment beneath the cascading water. Their longing gazes and gentle touches speak volumes about the depth of their connection. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and don't miss any updates.